Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks. Yep, Twitch is working.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we can, yeah.
Okay.
Ah, a gillet. A gilet. Lovely.
Blur is further. Isn't it funny that I'm supposed to be a tabaxi, but I wear some other creature's fur?
I think it might be pig fur. And one day, someone's going to turn me into one of those bald cats.
Oh, one of my friends has that type of cat. It's evil. It's really evil.
Is it a Persian? No, a Persian or the white ones?
The Sphinx.
Could be a Sphinx cat. I should know the name of it.
Yeah, I love cats, but those ones. No.
Yeah. We have cats around here, but they're feral and sharp.
Parallel publishing.
Is YouTube working? Are we streaming?
I'm just trying to check this, but we are not very popular, so we're not necessarily coming up straight away. It just says role playing and we are live.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Well, that's positive.
that is.
Excellent.
I think I'm only slightly alive,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
I'm going to check the audio as well because I don't want to take that for granted. Because it would be quite boring if we did it and there was no audio for the whole thing.
Yep.
We did it and there was no audio.
Audio seems fine.
Yeah, audio is fine. Sweet! Right, I have forgotten to have supper because I'm a fucking idiot. That's fine.
I didn't get the chance because I had 2 hours of Spanish lessons just a moment ago, so.
Oof. Why are you learning Spanish?
Because I like it!
It is very, very nice.
She's leaving the country as soon as she can.
I can recommend dating a Spanish person. I did that when I was about 23 and learnt conversational Spanish. And it was character building. I recommend it.
Was that Juan?
No, it was not fun. It was Erika.
Rica.
Oh, I'm going to grab some more water quickly.
Jake speaks a bit of Spanish, so it's okay.
Ah.
I get that R in there.
Yeah, exactly. Is my
You roll your R's.
I mean, I can do. Can I? Is my sound as good as last week? Because I'm using a different microphone.
Seems to be okay.
Cool.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit
That can be
quieter.
fine.
Though.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine.
Good.
It's alright.
It's all right, pal.
Aye. Everyone trying out your Scottish accent tonight.
No, that was my that was like a Liverpudlian accent.
Was it? Oh
I
well.
think so. Ooh, there's a little tart thing in here. I'll eat that. Yeah, yeah, boy.
1 minute he's talking about Spanish girlfriends, the next he's talking about eating a tart. I mean, for goodness sake, do we need an explicit warning on this?
This is a literal, physical dessert tart.
Glad you clarified, thank you.
Oh boy.
I know I'm playing hard, fast and loose with what the word supper means, but I think it'll do.
Is there a difference between dinner and supper?
Yeah, dinner
Depends
is what.
where you are.
Yeah, dinner's what you have. You eat them at the same time, but dinner you only have dinner if you live north of Leicester.
So hence, I have dinner.
I have supper.
I
But
have dinner
obviously,
as well, but I live in Coventry. I just never use supper.
Interesting.
supper's for posh people.
Yeah.
In fact, even dinner is fairly posh. Traditionally, it's you have tea.
Yep.
That's exactly what I'm having.
Yeah, but not the drink. You have tea the meal as opposed to tea the drink. Does that confuse you? So you'd have breakfast, lunch, and tea.
Okay.
Yana's like, what the fuck?
Or breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you would never have breakfast, lunch, and supper unless you were particularly posh.
I eat all three of those meals, so I have to conclude that I'm quite
Need a
posh.
hobbit.
I skip my breakfast usually.
You animal!
The most important meal of the day, Yana. I'm trying to educate my children to eat their breakfast.
No.
Don't let them anywhere near Yana.
My children, I will not let them anywhere near Yana. That is okay.
Kids love me. I'm a totally different person with kids. I'm very PG-13.
Fair enough.
Well, clearly my daughter wouldn't get on with you then. She's only 11, but she thinks she's 15.
Of course she does.
Right, I'll show you my supper and you'll be very impressed at my virtue.
I think our thousands of viewers are bored of your supper. What the heck? That's ridiculous. That's not supper.
It's a dessert. I'm well aware. I'm well aware that this is a
We
dessert.
keep talking about food. I'm gonna go and grab some nuts from downstairs. So.
Not through a good idea.
Wait. Well, we're either starting now, or I'm turning off my microphone.
All right, let's start. Come on, let's crack on.
I just want to know whose nuts you're stealing.
Mine.
Okay.
She's stealing her own.
Okay, I need those nuts. I'll be right back. I'm still gonna eat for ages. We're gonna download this thing anyways and cut it, so people can hear a bit about our bullshit.
Yeah, but we've got people watching live right now. I post it on every board I'm on.
We have thousands of viewers. Thousands.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe one.
Hello, viewers. Hello.
Hello,
Welcome.
All they can see is your wardrobe. You're obviously a mimic.
I hope you're suitably impressed by my impromptu supper. Sorry, we're not more professional.
It's okay. My wife was suggesting I should play this from the Peloton, and I had to pedal hard enough to keep the game going.
Is she watching?
No.
And
I'd rather she wasn't. Sorry?
Is our party going on like a long, arduous journey? Because I brought a trekking mix.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Very fun.
But you're a cat. Surely that should be like dried mouse parts or something.
I don't have an answer for this. You called me out. You got me.
You look
A
like
little
you're going
baggie
on
of catnip.
You look like you're going on a trek, Yana, with your gilet.
Right? Yeah.
Are you wearing walking boots as well?
All right,
No,
it's noontime, American time.
Sorry,
When I say American time, America has a lot of different times, but it's time for us to get started.
Okay.
So, Tom immediately leaves.
I'm shutting the door to my grotto.
That's
Boudoir.
Welcome, many viewers, to session 3 of season 2 of The War at the End of the World. You can see my lovely background. I still have not quite set up my office yet. Thank you for joining us. If you've never joined our stream before, you're about to be so confused. So I recommend that you check out our podcast app, Parallel Worlds, or is it Parallel Rolls now? I think it might just be Parallel Rolls. And look at season 1. Listen through that. Enjoy it. We had a lot of fun making it. And then watch our first 2 streams and come back when you've caught up. I am Ben. I'm going to be your Dungeon Master for today. With me I have Angus, Yana, and Tom, who are going to be playing our 3 heroes of no affinity. And let's dive right in, shall we?
Yep.
Let's do it. Previously, our 3 heroes returned to the world of Ivar from the remnant above through the massive Elevars that goes through the center of the world. As you traveled back up to the surface, you found that the spire had gone dark, much like it had in the world below when you first traveled down there. Except this time, you were in the world above, and you were able to see what impact that had. The people inside the city, my goodness, excuse me, seemed to be frozen in some sort of suspended animation. Their forms had gone grayscale. Their possessions were kind of gooey and welded onto their forms. Hardly anything was stirring in this city, except for a mysterious green mist and a couple of denizens that you stumbled across. One of those denizens was a familiar figure to at least two of you. Shax and Cupboard, you recognized Stimplewimple Twiddletwigs from our first season, one of the benefactors who brought you to the city and introduced you to Ajpi. Stimpy explained that this had happened twice. Once immediately after you all had disappeared to the world of Remnant. The Remnant below. And that had lasted for a while, and then it had repeated itself again just now, as soon as you returned. So it seemed that whatever forms of transportation the Spire provided you, it had a deleterious effect on the people living in the city. So he agreed to go with you and attempt to find the Archmage Ajpi. In the meantime, you stumbled across a group of lizard folk from outside the city who were engaging in a plan to eat the rich. And you just kind of let them do their thing. And then making it to the Capsy mansion, you thought you saw Ajpi in the midst of the crowd, but it turned out he was never really there at all. You decided to head towards Ajpi's tower next, but Blavian, you remaining behind with your eagle eyes, spotted an unconscious figure in a nearby alley. And approaching this figure, you recognized it as the individual that you were following. Attempting to rejoin your crew, you were waylaid by here's that Stimpy, who placed you in a sort of suspended animation. And then Shax, in her boundless curiosity, slapped you into oblivion and stuffed you into an alley, where you now sit.
At least I'm getting a short rest.
That's true. Shax has been doing a lot of beating you into oblivion this season so far.
Don't worry. I have my revenge planned.
I bet you do.
The cycle of revenge never ends. The only reason I messed you up is because you decided to lay hands on my book.
We should probably argue this in character, but, I never stole your book. You left it on the kitchen table.
No.
I merely looked at the cover, and maybe a couple of the pages inside.
And defaced it. You defaced it. You're a book defiler.
That's not how it goes.
I was going to deface it. I never got to deface it.
You took pages
There's a
out.
slight difference there.
You took pages
We
out.
here at Parallel
Yeah,
Worlds do not
to do
support
it.
the defacing of books.
Yeah, exactly. You ripped pages out of it. I winced as you narrated that.
I was about to rip pages out of it when I was interrupted.
No, you
And
actually did
let's be
remove
honest,
pages.
it was only to save her soul. Sorry?
It's too late for that.
Oh,
Way
that's
too
worse.
late. Just let me do my thing.
So Shax and I are scampering after this this suspicious foe Stimple Twiggle Twigs, and
Yes.
Blavian is in an alley somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
As you scamper along with this particular figure, you pass through an alley, and suddenly a shadow falls across your path. And as it does, you glance up and just barely have time to react as an enormous steel cage slams down, encasing all three of you in this steel prison.
No, I'm asleep. I'm not here.
He means Shax,
All right,
yeah,
okay, sorry.
and Stimple
Yeah, carry on.
You two and Stimpy.
Yeah, carry on.
Stimpy yelps, "Oh! Well, that's not right. I don't suppose either of you two did that."
No.
Well, we seem to have gotten ourselves caught in a force cage. That's no good.
Cupboard will run to the bars and try and lift the cage.
Okay. You run to the bars. Go ahead and make a strength check to lift the cage.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Here it is, ladies and germs. The bard is about to lift a fucking cage.
Just a second.
I should probably have the campaign open.
Right, I have. I didn't have my character sheet up, which I do now. Okay, so strength check.
Button that says 6
Is that
and
that
4
worked?
and 11. So you're really, really trying.
Has that worked? I can't see it on D&D Beyond.
It worked 3 times.
Good. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Um,
sorry, it's delayed. Cool. Okay.
You're good. Cupboard, you run to the edge of this cage. You wedge your fingers under the bars. You keep trying to pull and pull and pull and pull it up. It is very heavy. It's not going anywhere. Stimpy kind of scratches his head. Oh, this is a pickle. This is not good. I don't know how much you guys know about magic, but like force cages, not great, because they're magic and stuff, and it's gonna be hard to get out of here.
How do you know it's a force cage?
I'm a wizard.
But it looks like a steel cage.
It looks like a steel cage, but it's actually a force cage.
Cupboard gazes around suspiciously because it looks just like a steel cage.
Why don't you go ahead and make an Arcana check?
All right.
Shax, you can make one too if you want.
Yeah.
All right, 16 for Shax. What do we got for Cupboard? 19. Okay. Shax, I'm gonna give this to you because force cage is on your spell list, in addition to Cupboard. A force cage is a kind of spell that creates an invisible cage that would be roughly in this shape, about 20 feet across, but it is not a physical cage. This is a physical cage. This is not a force cage.
All right. Well, it's physical. It should make it maybe a bit easier to get out, right?
Well, you would think so, but there's magic, that prevents people from teleporting out easily. Not to worry, though.
Eldritch blast it. That's what we're doing now.
I'm gonna do an annoying DM thing and tell you that Eldritch Blast doesn't work on objects and only works on creatures.
This is a
Nerd
regular
alert.
steel cage.
What did you say there, Cupboard?
This is a regular steel cage.
No, I promise it's a force cage. But don't worry about it. I can use scrolls that we have stored in the tower and just disintegrate this thing and break it wide open. So don't worry, I'll just go and get that, and then I'll be back and I'll get you guys out of here.
Oh, hold on, mate.
No.
Hold on. Can you?
Can I what?
Can you just try and help me? Cupboard goes and tries to lift it and says, "Just humour me a moment. Can you try and lift it up for me?" Help me
Yeah,
out.
sure. He goes over to the edge of the cage and he starts pulling at it.
Okay, I'm gonna cast heat metal on the steel of the cage, and then step back.
All right. That's good. 8 points of fire damage. I don't think there's a saving throw. I think he just takes the damage and has to make a Constitution saving throw if he wants to hold on to it. Ooh, there's a torch button. That's handy. The metal starts to grow superheated. Yelps, jumps back, kind of does the flinging the hands in the air. That's weird.
Yeah.
Never seen that happen before.
Yeah, a bit strange for a force cage, isn't it?
It's very strange. Yeah.
So, I think with your arcane knowledge and thorough teaching in the worlds of wizardry and such, you'd probably know that, mate.
Well, yeah, I think you know what could be happening. All this weird stuff, the people in suspended animation, the dark spire, maybe it's messing with magic,
So, what's your plan now then?
Well, a disintegrate works on most things, so I'm gonna transport to the tower. I'm gonna get a disintegrate, and I'm gonna bring it back and free you guys. Everybody's free. Woo!
You could transport all of us, can't you?
No, just me. I'm not that powerful a wizard.
Hmm.
Can Stimplewimple cast this spell at any time and just leave?
Um,
My cat's meowing at
He-
the door. Hold on.
he appears to be making that insinuation.
I don't think I've got many tools in the toolbox that could be particularly useful at this moment. I don't really want him to leave because then we're just trapped.
Yeah.
That would be a bummer,
Should
wouldn't it?
Uh, I would like to try and read his thoughts.
Sure. Casting detect thoughts. Wait, you've spent both of your spell slots, haven't you? Because you you were dissonant whispering Blavian, so you don't have any spell slots left.
Fuck. It's come around to bite me.
You see,
It
this is the
does.
problem. When you degrade the performance of the party by fighting between yourselves, you not only knock off one, you knock off yourself.
You know what? I regret nothing. I laughed so much. It was well worth it.
It was fun, I'll grant you that.
Could I
Well, listen, I don't think we have any other ideas, so I'm just gonna go and set us free because I think you'll agree time is of the essence.
I'm
Can I-
gonna
can I
hold him
cast-
by the collar?
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, just
What is this?
I don't know. I felt like I needed some moral support,
Well,
like holding on to something that seems real. You know, help me
okay.
out here. Don't leave us. You know, I'm a bit afraid. Don't go.
Can I cast friends on him
Yeah.
or charm person? Hold on, which would be better, friends or charm person?
That's up to you, bro.
I'm thinking out loud, really.
Friends lasts a minute and requires concentration. Charm person lasts an hour and it doesn't.
I'll use charm person. I'm going to
Okay.
charm person on Stimplewimple, what's his face, and attempt to make him think that I'm super nice and his pal.
Okay, Stimpy rolled a 17. That's the base roll. I'm not going to tell you what the bonus is.
Cool. Okay, I think I've already cast it, haven't I?
Oh, are you trying to teleport out or something?
I thought I'd cast it. I'll click it again. Has that worked?
What's going on?
I'm trying to. Oh, it's a wisdom save. That's not what I tried to do. I clicked on the. I tried to cast the spell, and it fed into roll 20 as a wisdom save. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Actually, that happened with
That's what it's supposed to be.
Is it?
It's
Oh.
a wisdom saving throw spell.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right, I thought it was
Alright,
supposed to.
fair
Okay.
enough.
So does that mean it fails then? If
It doesn't mean it fails. It means you made a saving throw.
If I'm casting a spell, why am I also rolling a saving throw?
You're not. He did. You put the DC of your saving throw in the chat.
I still don't understand.
Okay. So when you clicked the spell,
Yeah.
it puts the saving throw that the enemy creature had to make in the chat, so that we knew what target the enemy had.
Oh, okay.
Had to hit.
Oh, right. Okay, I see. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, bugger. So he's passed it. Shit.
Yeah, he's past it.
Right.
What was that? Are you trying to teleport out with your magic?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Doesn't seem to have worked too well. Well, I'm gonna go. To be honest, this whole picking me up by the scruff of the neck thing is also pretty uncomfortable, and I'm feeling a little bit threatened. But I promise I'll come back anyway. Okay, bye. And he's going to teleport away.
I'm
Yana, do
still
you have any-
holding on to him though. Is he just going to teleport out of my hand?
Yeah,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
that is how teleports work. He reappears about 15 feet away from you outside the cage. He says, Listen, I'll be right back. Don't even worry about it. Just hang in there in the place, okay? All right. Be just right there. Okay. All right. And he runs off. And
He does.
Cool.
I'd like both of you to make an intelligence check for me.
Oh, what you've been hoodwinked.
Okay, 6 for covered. That's fair.
Good.
Mine didn't come around though. No, oh, sorry. My bad.
14. Shax, you have enough familiarity with the layout of the city to know that he said he was going to Ajpi's tower to get the materials for disintegrate. He went the wrong way.
Right, of course he did.
Right, I've got.
We don't have a shovel, right? We can't dig ourselves under
don't think
the
so. I've
cage.
got goggles of night, periaptive wound closure, fine clothes, crossbow. I've got a hand axe,
Okay.
although it's not equipped. I don't think it's not got a square. The checkbox is not checked.
I don't think you can, I don't think you're proficient with a hand axe, so you can use it, but you're not going to be very good at it.
How
I
thick are the
mean, I
bars
feel
of
like
this?
even if you're very good with an axe, it would be quite difficult to use it as a shovel.
Yeah, yes, it would. Yeah, it'd be quite difficult to dig a hole with a shovel. How thick and strong do the bars of the cage look?
They look pretty thick and strong.
Cool.
About an inch thick,
Awesome.
which is thick for steel.
Okay. Right. I don't have any spells that are going to be useful, I don't think. But what I could do is make a silent image or a
Mind player.
You can make an illusory door out of the cage.
no, I could. What? The only thing I could do that might be vaguely useful is when he returns, I could make silent image of us standing outside the cage, and then make that image run away from Stimplewimple to make him think that we've escaped and are running away from him. That will hopefully make him chase the silent image. That would buy us time.
Interesting. Okay.
That's about the only thing I can think
That's cool.
that I can do.
Have you got
Can I
anything in your...
just rest in the cage?
Yeah, you can start your rest. It's going to take an hour. So while you're working on that, we're going to go to Blavian.
I'm asleep.
You are asleep. Blavian, you have vague memories of confronting Stimpy on the rooftop. You remember him moving in your direction and some kind of pattern of flashing lights occurring around your head, and then just kind of a dull nothingness for a little while until there's some kind of blunt impact with the side of your head, and then blackness. And you start to ascend through your unconscious state, and you feel you're coming awake, but it feels a little off and weird. You smell...
No. Hold it. You want to stay in that state. You get the nice dreams. Just make it last. Just before you wake, you just want to stay in the zone. I mean, she's beautiful and all that, but you never get anywhere before you wake up.
Go ahead and try a charisma saving throw. See if you can... I'm sold on this.
Persuade
Make
your
it
brain
happen.
that you're still asleep.
That didn't roll that, obviously. Try that again. Roll. Why is it not rolling?
7.
Oh, did that roll? Yeah,
Oh.
it's not working, is it?
It's not working. Unfortunately,
Stats as well.
Unfortunately, your eyes blink awake. And as they do, you find that there is this weird smell like rotten eggs that is kind of flowing into your nostrils, and everything around you is just noxious green. There's this...
I've shit myself again.
There's this green fog that's flowing up your nose, into your eyes, around your ears, you're just surrounded by this weird green mist that smells really bad. And you hear this voice. You hear this voice in your head, in that language that you speak, that said, "Come and free me. Come and free
Dad?
me."
Mom? Any idea which direction that's coming from?
Well, you're pressed up against a wall at the moment, and all you can see is green. So,
I think I'll stumble to my feet and stumble around in whichever direction seems
yeah,
most vaguely the right way to go.
you stumble to your feet. You feel kind of fuzz at the side of your head, and you pluck a piece of tabaxi fur from the side of your head where it's hurting. This cloud of green mist, it's a trail that almost like a finger of this mist that is terminating at you and leading off deeper into the city. It's kind of hard to tell what direction. You have no idea where you are, so you're not really sure which way is east, west, north anymore. But it's heading.
Yeah, just whichever way it's taking me, I'll go that way.
Wait, quickly. Can Cupboard? Is it if this is happening contemporaneously? Can Cupboard shout from several streets away, "Blavian, you nutty bastard, come and save us"?
Yeah, you can shout that.
Blavian! Oi! Orny! If you can hear me, come and save us! We're in a bloody cage, aren't we?
Go ahead and let's say roll a perception check, Blavian.
Really? Do I have to?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, perception. It actually happens to one of my better skills. 26.
Nice!
That is a crit result.
There's something eerie about this city. You've been in a few cities in your time, Blavian, as your memories are coming back to you. They are alive with smells and noise and the raucous activity of life. And this city is eerie in that there aren't those sounds. There are these cavernous cobblestone streets that stretch on endlessly, but there are no clattering of horse hooves. There's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no activity. There are no street vendors hawking things.
There's no Gregs.
There's no Gregs. The only sounds that you can hear are the faint lingering of that voice in your head.
Why in the hell's teeth are we supposed to save this place? What's the point in it?
Hurry up, you bastard!
The whispering of wind on the air, and somewhere far off in the distance, echoing off the cobblestones.
It's goblin, isn't it?
The frantic sound
of a goblin. It's goblin.
Come here, you lazy bastard!
You hear very faintly
start something before I go anywhere very far. The most important question of the whole lot is, how many fucking hit points have I got?
1.
Second wind.
Okay.
Second wind. I need to use my second wind again. At least I had a short rest.
Yeah.
Done that. So.
You've had enough rest, you lazy sod.
Sorry.
That roll.
Nice. Nice.
3. Good God, I'm on 4 hit points.
You're ready to roll.
Yay! I'm going to shave a kitty for this.
Okay. Sure, just get us out of the cage.
Alright, where are you going?
4 hit points. Woo-hoo. Right, moving on. Yeah, okay. I've no idea which direction I'm going, so I'm wondering whichever direction happens to be pulling on me. Whether that's towards the goblin's voice or towards an infernal shriek, I don't much care.
You don't much care. You're gonna just either
No, whichever way my feet are taking me, I'm gonna go with it.
Okay. Roll a d4.
It's north, south, east, and west.
No, it's 1 and 2 is the green mist, and 3 and 4 is covered. Okay. So you
I'm
start.
going for the green mist.
Fucking
Yes, you are.
Oh.
Your feet
This
start
is what happens when you do
traversing.
things to random stuff.
Either way, there's a goblin,
Right.
right? Because that's what the
Yeah,
smell
I mean,
was.
it smells of goblin. It does smell of goblin.
You smell of
I
shit,
weak
you
goblin.
lazy bastard.
Fucking goblin, I'm telling you.
Come here. We're in a bloody box, aren't we?
You start patting your way through the streets. You notice kind of the architecture of this space. You had made it to the Nobles Ring, which had all of these buildings that were just pushing up into the sky and ever more dangerous and risky architecture. And it's very strange because you're not used to. You've seen buildings that have skyscrapers because you've been places. Not skyscrapers maybe, but
And I've seen buildings with wrong angles.
yeah. But it just the absurdity of these places. There are buildings that are taller than all the others, and then they spread out, kind of flat, just so to almost like block other buildings. Like you get in a forest, like a tree grows so tall that it starts blocking sunlight from the other trees.
Buildings with canopies.
Yeah, buildings with canopies. It's a little bit bizarre, but you gradually begin to realize that you've entered a different section of the city where that kind of weird architecture stops, and you see more modest buildings that have holy symbols on them. And you gather that you've re-entered the core part of the city where you first entered.
Back to the God Botherers.
The Godbothers, and this cloud of green mist and fog is leading to a building inside this section of the city. And you see it's not just your string of green fog. There are many fingers of green fog that are just spreading out from this building, going to different places in the city. Looks to be about 6 or 7.
Okay, go that way.
All right.
In fact, we'll put a merry dance on and we'll skip that direction.
You'll skip in that direction. That's nice.
I'll skip in that direction. I'm going to try and boost my spirits.
You skip towards the open doors of
Humming a merry tune.
Humming a merry tune. I think I had you make a check for this last game. I think I had you make a check for this last game. But you see the quill and scroll of a temple of Denier.
Yes, I do recall being told, because we had a discussion about how come these extra gods would be any influence here when there shouldn't be any influence at all. And that led me to my whole theory about what the heck is actually going on, which I wrote in the chat, and nobody else has heard, but somebody else might have read. But we'll get to that when I actually find them again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you skip in the front door.
You skip in the front door. Nobody expects a burglar to go in the front door.
Exactly. Right.
Not that I'm a thief anyway, but I'm going in the front door.
There are robed adepts in this room, or in this building, dressed in just kind of drab clothing, going about their business. Seem to be almost frantic energy. Yeah, what's up?
They're awake.
No, they're still in the frozen gray state, but they look like they were in the middle of going about intense business.
Sorry, I'm going to have to do this. Can I turn them around?
Yes, absolutely, you can.
So they're in mid-rush and just turn one to face a wall, turn one to face somebody else.
Yeah.
This is going to be someone else.
They're very heavy. It's almost like moving stone statues, but you know,
oh dear,
scoot them around.
I'll probably only do a couple then, just enough to be amusing.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
This will be the one I fail.
23.
23?
With a 23, you notice that one of them is pushing a tray, almost like a cart, and sitting on this tray, there are a number of objects. Some of them, they're like glass vials, and a couple of them have fallen off the side of the tray and splattered. But there are 2 of these vials that are still standing on the tray, and they have color.
Oh.
They have this glowing red liquid inside.
Oh, that's always got to be good. Let's have a sniff.
Okay. You go up to these things, pop the corks off. And as you do, oh god, I've broken everything. It's fine. You smell freshly mown grass and home-baked cookies and all sorts of nice and pleasant things.
Oh, good. Right, stop her up that vial. The one that's on the floor, smashed, you just dip a finger in and taste it.
Yeah, you dip a finger in the liquid and you feel a little revitalized. Not like not to the point where you've regained hit points, but you feel like if there was a lot of this liquid, maybe.
If I licked it all off the floor.
You'd probably get a lot of dirt and grime and muck up off the floor with it, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the risk. Let's try one of these first. Let's just an aperitif.
Okay. You pop that potion in your mouth. Go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. So that's a 3 plus 2 is a 5.
All right, you gain 5 hit points.
I may as well do the other one as well then, if it's the same.
Yeah, go for it.
Because there's another 5 plus 2, that's 7. So overall, that's 12.
Congratulations.
Added to my existing 4, that brings me up to 16, which means I might die on the second round of a fight rather than the first round.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, so that's good. Okay.
You proceed deeper into this temple, following this overall serpent of glowing green smoke, and it leads into almost like a storage closet, and the door is open, and you can see in the middle of this storage closet there is a hatch, and the ordinarily it looks like it would be concealed by like coats and things, but right now it's just hanging open and this mist is flowing out.
That's careless. I'm gonna have to look inside.
Yeah. You
is the hatch up or down?
The hatch is down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basement level. That's always a bad sign.
You pop down into the hatch and you start sliding down. Your face is full of that mist again, so you're getting kind of that bad eggs kind of smell.
I think we're gonna have to put some kind of makeshift bandana over nose and mouth and stuff here.
Yeah, maybe so. As you pop down in here, you pop down into a chamber, and it's there are dim torches that look like they're on the verge of going out, but your tiefling dark vision is such that even this low illumination is enough for you. And you can see just a bunch of robed figures in this room that are all dressed in sort of accumulated jewelry, wearing rings and necklaces and things. Not the kind of accoutrement that you've seen on most of the religious folk in this portion of the city, but they're kind of decked out in all of this ceremonial regalia. And in the center of this room, there is a shimmering green barrier of some kind. And beyond the barrier, you can see a figure that is sitting cross-legged in the middle of this space. Head bowed, roughly humanoid-shaped. And as you stand there looking...
I will skip up and sit down cross-legged outside the barrier.
You skip up, you plop yourself down in front of this figure as they raise their forehead, or raise their head, excuse me, and you see protruding from their forehead jagged horns. And you see a smile spread across this figure's face. You came. You're here.
It was such, it was such a lovely invitation. I couldn't really say no.
Finally. Finally. What is your name?
Finally, Bob.
Your name is Bob. I see. I see how it is. My name is Snickerdoodle. As long as we're
It's
using
a very
false
strange
names.
name, but I like it. Well, Snickerdoodle, you appear to be in a bit of a predicament.
I do.
I'm guessing
indeed.
you want out.
I really very much do.
Okay, how do I get you out?
You're just gonna do it? I don't even have to like give you stuff for it?
Oh, what could you give me that I could possibly want?
I could give you many things. He kind of leans forward and looks into your eyes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you want.
I want to be right.
You want to be right?
Yes, I want to be right.
What do you want to be right about? Just everything?
Well, that would be really handy. But failing that, if I couldn't be right about everything, then I would just like to be right about the state of the world and how to stop it.
Ah, aha. Well, it seems that in some
I
cases,
mean, if you're going to have the really big dreams, go for the ones that are going to give you the most.
that's a fair point. I'll tell you what. I can give you that information. It is the same information that these fools were seeking, and I refused to give them. But I do so want my vengeance on them for holding me here. And if you release me, I will whisper into their ears and corrupt their hearts so that they indulge in the very worst of sensations that they have always restrained themselves from, and in exchange, I will not only tell you what is going on in this world, I will tell you how you can escape from it.
That seems like a reasonable exchange.
All right. You see these leathery wings unfold from his back, and one of them kind of points off to the side, and he says, "That crystal there, you must destroy it." And you see, standing on a pedestal, there is a glowing green crystal that appears to be sustaining this force field.
My mum's got a great set of wings like that.
I am sure that's true.
Okay, green crystal. Is it just a matter of throwing it on the floor?
Well, you could do that. That might work.
But
But it's also an object of magical power, so maybe if you have some sort of magical weapon.
Only this one.
You throw the dagger. Go to make an attack roll for me.
Oh dear. Attack rolls. Attack. Dagger.
Okay.
24.
That was your second roll. Your first roll is a natural one.
Sorry.
We gotta respect the fishing.
Okay.
So your
Yeah,
first
fair
throw, the dagger flies completely over the crystal and embeds itself in the wall. You just completely miss, and
But it
you
comes
and
back, so it looks like maybe I intended.
yeah, you and Snickerdoodle kind of exchange glances. You're like, wait 1 second. The dagger comes back. You throw it a second time, and it lands in the very heart of this crystal. And there is a bright green flash. And we're going to come back to you.
Okay.
Cupboard and Shax, it's been about 15 minutes. What have you been up to?
Cupboard has been with his short sword. He's been pacing around the pacing around the cage, jabbing the short sword at various chinks and seams and rivets of the cage, muttering things like, Where is that bastard?
As you, sorry, there are noises coming outside. As you work on trying to free yourself from this situation, what are your passive perception scores? I really should have this in front of me.
14.
Right next to your skills.
14.
14. Shax, what do you got?
5. Whoo!
Where is it?
Someone forgot her contact lenses.
Oh,
That should be a 15.
it's like 15 probably.
Yeah. Shax, you.
Is it on the left or on the right?
It's on the left.
It's underneath.
Left-hand
saving
side, just below the
throws.
stat blocks for saving
Yes,
throws.
it's 15. Sorry, it's 15. Yes.
No worries. You begin to hear this weird sound coming from outside. Like I went over with Angus earlier, the city is very quiet right now, but you start to hear a weird sound that doesn't seem like it goes with just the general passage of the wind. You begin to hear, and I don't know if this will even come through the mic. Yeah, it's not coming through, I don't think. But you begin to hear this weird gooshing sound.
Wait, hold on. Gooshing sound?
Is that like gushing, like running water?
Not gushing, like this
Whooshing.
wet sucking sound.
Like a
Oh.
wet sponge being squeezed and then unsqueezed.
Kind of, yeah.
Right.
Like someone trying to suck yogurt through a straw.
Like Cthulhu has been awakened.
Maybe like Cthulhu has been awakened.
Oi, Furball, can you hear that?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
I've been just sitting and meditating, so I just kind of, open one eye, ears moving around.
What is that? What's that sucking noise?
And at one end of the alley, the direction that this voice is coming from, you begin to see a shape just start slowly making its way around the corner. And
How
it's
big is that shape?
it's fluid, and it's shifting in form, and it just appears to be slowly oozing in your direction.
Is it? Can it see us yet? Are we in?
It's heading your way. You don't see any eyes on it or a face.
Fun. Can I try to can I try to communicate with it?
Yeah.
I need any kind of, it's not a spell, it's just my ability.
Yeah, it's your great old one, telepathy.
Indeed. So can I try to establish some kind of contact and ask?
Yeah.
Send it a bunch of flowers, why don't you?
Just ask about the name.
Ask for a name. Okay. You send out this telepathic thread of communication to this thing, and it you don't get a response back. You get almost like static back in your head, almost like a little bit of feedback. Whatever this is, you don't think it can understand you. And as it moves in your direction, you see it starts kind of like scooting up on the wall of the building to the side. And as it passes alongside this wall, you can see it leaves behind it just eaten away portions of stone.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh,
I just
okay.
called closer.
Right. How many times can I cast heat metal per rest?
How many spell slots you got left?
I guess
'Cause it's-
actually, the thing is though, this thing is probably going to, eat up the metal. but
That's
would it
true.
disintegrate us as well?
I mean, I'm considerably
Yes.
less structurally robust than the wall.
Yes.
At this point, it's about 20 feet away from the edge of the cage. Are
Alright,
y'all doing
furry!
anything?
Climb the bloody cage, you stupid cat! Look! Cupboard leaps at the side of the cage and starts scampering, trying to climb up to hang on the bars at the top. So he's... How big is the cage, anyway?
It's 20 feet in all dimensions.
Right, okay.
So go ahead and make an
gonna-
athletics check to scurry up there.
How many meters is 20 feet?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's British town, isn't it?
Approximately 60 feet, approximately.
It's like 6 meters, I think.
6.09 meters in all
Oh
directions.
wow, I nailed it.
Yeah, okay.
Nice!
Sorry, I was going the wrong way.
Yeah, I know. You
Rolled a 9.
converted from feet to feet. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, did it the wrong way around, sorry.
Cupboard, you start attempting to scramble up the side of the cage. It's the finger holes are not very large, so you're having trouble kind of making headway. Shax, you have your kitty claws, and you have a natural climbing speed, so you can go anywhere inside the cage you want to go, basically.
What's the point? The thing, if it just passes by, it's going to disintegrate everything around it. I don't know whether it makes sense.
Okay.
Which point in the cage I am.
Okay.
It makes how high off the ground is this thing? If we are hanging from the top of the cage, will it pass underneath us if it doesn't climb the walls?
At this point, it's about 10 feet off the ground.
It's 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah,
Right.
hanging onto the side of a building.
Yeah. All right. So
Right.
we'd have 3 meters of clearance if we were hanging off the roof of the cage. We could occupy 3 meters of clearance. Get up there, you stupid cat, and lift me up. Get up there.
All right, fine. I'll lift him up.
Okay, you grab Cupboard by the scruff of his neck, and you start hauling him up the side of the cage.
That's it. Higher. And then Cupboard is hanging from a bar, swinging.
This is a super great situation, as this thing kind of gets up to the edge of the cage, and then it extends this gooey, black, sludgy tendril, and just kind of engulfs like a small section of it, about an inch. What's an inch in centimeters?
It's about 4 centimeters, I think.
0.5.
Yes. So about 4 centimeter section of cage, and it starts engulfing it. And then it starts compressing its body and squeezing into this section of cage that it has just eaten away.
So it's not squeezing itself through the holes of the cage. It's squeezing itself through a hole it's made in the grating.
Yeah. It seems like, for whatever reason, it couldn't fit into a hole that small, so it made a slightly bigger hole, and now it's squeezing in there.
Right. Okay.
Right.
And as it squeezes through, it reaches its tendrils out towards you, and I'd like y'all to roll, initiative.
Oh, good.
14 for Cupboard.
Guess who's going last?
3 for Shax.
3 for Shax.
Look on the bright side, guys. With mine not being there, we've avoided the total party kill.
That's true. That's a good
You're
point.
having a great time, making new friends, meeting like-minded
With the
people.
wings!
Exactly.
Alright. Cupboard, as this thing pushes its way into the cage, extending these hungry black sludge tendrils out towards you, as you hang from the roof of the cage, what would you like to do?
This is so hentai right now.
Yeah, it's so hentai. Fuck, I'm aroused. I am going
Still
to...
aroused.
What am I going to do? I'm fighting literal sludge. I don't know what
Yeah,
it's good at.
let me grab a picture of what this thing looks like and stick it in the chat.
Okay. I guess I could give
There
it
you
a
go.
motivational speech. Oh wow, yeah. Yum yum. Yep. I've just become a fan of renewable energy. Right, I will fucking Jesus Christ. I will cast Silent Image of I will cast Silent Image of Blavian on the other side of the street,
Okay.
away
Go to
from the
make a
cage.
go to make a nature check for me.
Oh, I'm feeling all natural. Oh, I'm not
Okay.
feeling all natural. Okay.
No, you're not. That's a natural one. Okay, you conjure up an image of Blavian waving on the other side of the street.
Look, there's a bloody horde sod over there. Look, you could get him really easily. You don't have to squeeze through a hole to get him. Look.
Yeah. Okay. On the creature's turn, it completely ignores this illusory form, and it's going to kind of ooze its way along the wall of the cage towards cupboard, and it's going to lash out at you with a pseudopod.
With a what?
A pseudopod.
Pseudopod.
What's a
A
pseudopod?
tendril.
Right. Okay. I didn't know that.
Right.
I learned a new word.
That's a 9. I don't think that's going to hit you.
Yeah. Yeah. What do I have to roll or click to? Is it my armor class?
It's your armor class.
It's 15. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to do better than that.
It lashes out with this strand of sticky goodness, and you do it like a crunch, and you pull your legs up, and it passes underneath you. But it is now kind of on the wall, the side of the cage that is on the wall next to you.
Is it eating through the steel?
It is eating through the steel, yeah.
How big would be the hole it makes in the cage? Not
So
the one
it-
it's squeezing through, but the place where they just touched.
The area that it touched now is kind of slowly getting eaten away, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It seems like it can eat through kind of this substance, but it takes a few seconds.
Okay.
Shax, what are you up to?
I'm gonna cast mirror image so that there's gonna
No
be
spell slots.
fuck. I rested a little bit. You said I
You
could
rested, but you didn't take a short rest. That takes an hour. It's been 15 minutes.
Fine. If I touch it, I'm gonna disintegrate.
Well, probably not immediately.
Right. It doesn't work. I can't talk to it because obviously. Oh. Oh, I'm a warlock. What am I supposed to do? Like everything is magic.
Mm-hmm.
Sell your soul for something else.
Every little thing she does is magic.
Oh, all right. Don't really have anything in my.
We are so poorly equipped to deal with this thing.
Fuck.
I've got a
We're
loot.
not. You just don't know how to deal with it.
I've got like a thing, the Rod of the Pact Keeper, which I have no fucking clue what it does and whether it is in any way.
Well, you can use an
useful.
action to regain a spell slot.
Oh, that'd be handy.
Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Thanks for. All right, cool. How do I do that? Oh my god.
You say you're doing it. You take out the rod, you expend a charge of it, and you feel a measure of your power flow back into you.
Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna do that, and I'm guessing that this is an action.
It is an action.
Okay, fine. Well, that's my action. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks. Nice.
Cupboard, it seems to be completely ignoring your illusory Blavian.
Okay. I have an oil flask and a lamp.
Uh-huh.
I would like to throw the oil on it and then try and set fire to the oil.
Okay. What are you setting it on fire with?
A motivational speech? Yana, do you have? Does Shax have anything that can ignite things?
Yes,
Have you run out of heat
Blast.
Will Eldritch Blast light oil on fire?
No, Eldritch Blast is magical force.
Then
You can take some other kind of action, like, say, the dodge action.
Yes, but it's not going for me right now, and the dodge action won't. Dodging an attack that hasn't come doesn't sound super useful, unless I'm wrong.
It sounds like you're preempting it.
Okay.
So the effects of the dodge action last until the start of your next turn.
Oh, nice. Okay, how much of this thing is on the wall of the cage, and how much of it is on the floor of the cage? Is it all on the walls because it came in through a hole in the wall and it's still?
Yeah, it's basically this 10-foot across blob that is now sitting on the wall of the cage.
Perfect. Slowly
Yeah,
eating through. Brilliant. You're not here, mate.
Cupboard.
Yes.
I know, but I'm not telling you I'm telling you I'm communicating with you as a player. If you look down your adventuring gear, you should have, I hope, a tinderbox in your inventory. It's part of the basic adventurer's kit.
Nope.
Oh dear.
I've got.
Are you sure?
Case map.
You should have a mess kit.
I'm sorry.
You should have a mess kit. And then you have torch, tinderbox.
Nope.
He doesn't have those things. I think he got a different starting equipment set than you.
I have soap.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, I apologize.
In any case, didn't we leave all of the stuff we had in order to go to this party and, blah, 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 blah?
Yeah, but we
That's a good
then
point,
got
too.
our stuff back, I think, didn't we?
I was like ages ago, I know, but, we don't have any of the stuff we're supposed to have, basically.
That's a fair point.
I do.
All right, I'm gonna drop off the ceiling and cast dodge or whatever you.
That's dodge. Okay. All right. Cupboard casts dodge. It's the pudding's turn. The pudding is going to lash out at this moving goblin. That's an 11. That's still not going to do it, I don't think. Okay. Shax, what are you up to? You have a spell slot.
Finish him.
I'm gonna try. Okay. So, there's like a couple of options.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Eldritch Blast, obviously. Warlocks.
Obviously.
Right. But there's also another one, and it's the Word of Radiance, which is uttering a divine word which gets a burning radiance to erupt from me and each creature of my choice that I can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take a 1d6 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
So you could give us some radiant owie if you wanted.
Yeah, but the Eldritch Blast is actually way more powerful, so I guess this is what I'm gonna go for.
What kind of magic is Radiant Blast? What kind of damage?
It's a cantrip. It's 2d6 damage, I think.
Just regular damage or psychic damage or what?
Radiant.
Eldritch Blast is also
No, that's
radiant damage.
No,
Eldritch Blast is
that-
force.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
Eldritch Blast sounds good.
It's alright. Yeah, I don't like. It is still good. It's quite confusing. It seemed like this being was not actually I was not completely sure in the beginning whether it was actually physically there or it's just kind of like an ethereal being.
You can make a nature check too if you want.
Sure. Yeah.
Find out more about this thing.
Yeah, that would be good.
14. Okay, so you know enough about sort of the various creatures to tell that this is something called an ooze. Oozes are almost like fungus, but worse. They are these moving puddles of things that are not sentient. They basically exist to feed on animate material. They don't. You can also tell with the 14 they don't have eyes. They rely on a kind of blind sense, which maybe indicates why it's paying no attention to Blavian, who's waving on the other side of the street.
That's why it doesn't understand me talking to it because it's not.
Yeah, this is a creature that operates on pure instinct.
All right. Well, then, yeah. Can I Eldritch Blast it then?
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh.
Natural 1. Go ahead and make your second Eldritch Blast attack.
Bullshit.
13 hits.
I mean. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Yeah. What? What is?
Should be the D10 plus. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
13 points of damage. You fire off this blast into the center of this sticky black substance, and it kind of reverberates as the force of the impact blasts through it. It's definitely taken some damage. At the end of the round, Cupboard, you feel this weird thrumming vibration in your pack.
In my pack?
Mm-hmm.
My backpack's vibrating.
Quick, answer your phone.
Not right now. I'm busy. No, I've not been in a bloody accident.
Not yet.
But it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, something. Can I have a look in my backpack to see what's vibrating?
Absolutely, you can. You look in the backpack and you find a shining white light inside. And as you pull it out, you realize it is the Orb of Far Return, which is currently bound to the Cabsy heirloom.
I've got
It's
this glowing ball,
illuminating.
haven't I? Right, I'm going to need a refresher. What does this ball do? And we got it from the mansion, didn't we? Before the end of the world.
No, the orb came from the carnival that you went to, where you confronted the helmed horror.
Right.
Oh, the carnival.
Okay.
Oh, that was cool.
Do we know what it does?
I'll go ahead and give you a skill check to remember, because it has been a while since we did the first season. So go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
There's 4 viewers on Twitch.
Hey!
Hey!
Humans!
There's 4 of us. Just a second.
Are you all watching the Twitch stream, guys?
I'm not.
You remember vaguely Ojp saying something about what the gem did, but you weren't really paying attention because it was boring.
I
but
really
you do
wish I'd
remember...
listened to that bloke with no eyebrows now. Even though he was really boring, I wish I'd listened to him.
But you do remember that when you were fighting the helmed horror, there was a flash of white light, and suddenly one of the carnival cars that was flying through the air was in the attic with you.
I think I've got a carnival car in my backpack.
What would you like to do, Cupboard?
I take out this glowing thing. and try and mess around with it. Does it have any buttons on it, or does it open, or
Doesn't have any buttons, but you feel these weird threads kind of pulling at your consciousness.
I feel some strange threads pulling at my consciousness.
Would you like to use the gem?
I don't know what use means. Like eat it, lick it, put it on my head. I don't know. Put it down my trousers. Yes, I'll use it.
Okay. You lick it and you stick it in your ear, and as you do,
I've been overcome by this compulsion to lick this weird thing in my backpack.
pick a spot. Let's say either inside, outside the cage, on a roof, somewhere nearby that you can see. Visualize something for us.
I'm going to visualize the roof of the building on the other side of the alley.
Okay. You visualize this roof, and there's a blinding white flash. And suddenly, you and Shax and the ooze all appear on this rooftop.
Oh, good.
And the white glow of the gemstone dims.
Tasted funny, that. Good. Is that my turn, or can I do more things?
That is your action. You have movement and a bonus action left if you want.
Okay. Can I shoot it, or is that not a bonus action?
I mean, it's right next. First of all, it's right next to you, so you'd have disadvantage. But also, shooting it would be an action.
Would swinging my sword at it also be an action?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I will run to the other side of the roof. I'll run as far away from it as I can.
Okay. It's going to take an attack of opportunity on you as you run away.
No.
But its aim has been horrible so far.
Good.
That's a 12. I don't think that's going to do it either.
Nope. Armor class of 15 on this goblin. Oh yeah. You gotta do better than that, you bastard.
The speed at which it's moving, you're easily going to be able to outpace it. On its turn, it's going to turn to the kitty cat that is on the roof with it. And attack it. Oh my god, that's a natural 20.
Ooh.
That's not good. Shax, you take 42 points of damage.
I actually don't remember climbing the roof, but okay.
No, you got teleported up there with covered in the ooze.
All right. Sorry. Amazing.
So you take 42 points of damage. How are you feeling?
Not great.
How many points of damage have you got in total? What's your
Like,
hit points?
I think I'm dead.
That exceeds your hit point total?
Yeah. Yeah. It
Okay.
does.
Cupboard, you
I
see
think
this.
28 hit points, so I'm dead.
Yeah. You experience this burning force, and Cupboard, you see across the roof as Shax goes down to this thing. It is Shax's turn. Go ahead and make a death saving throw first, Shax. So just roll a straight d20.
Lovely.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a natural 20.
Good roll.
You come awake
Cats
with one
have
hit point.
9 lives.
I do. You come awake with one hit point. What are you going to do?
Run, you stupid bastard.
Lol. Wait, can I still do something?
Yeah, you're awake. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't have any spell stuff.
Bake a cake, book a holiday, mow the lawn.
Maybe I will just like I don't know, move away from the thing.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good
Well,
idea. Okay.
If you don't disengage, it's going to take an attack of opportunity on you. Is that all right?
If I don't disengage,
So there's an action called the disengage action, and when you take the disengage action, that means enemies can't take opportunity attacks on you as you run away.
Right.
We do this for a living, everybody. We are professional D&D players.
No, I'm not.
That's not true. We're not professionals. We're complete amateurs.
Not even sure we're D&D players.
What game are we playing?
Right, yeah, I don't want to be attacked again. I just want to run away and hide somewhere and lick my wounds. Can we do that?
All right, you take the disengage action. You run away from the pudding.
Cool.
We have
Cupboard,
6 watchers.
Yay.
Cupboard, you see your friend take a hit that would surely have downed any other mortal creature, and then just get right back up and run away. I assume you head off with her as the two of you scamper off, leaving this thing to ooze slowly off the roof.
Yes, I will run as fast as my goblin little legs will carry me in the direction that Shax has just arrivederci'd in.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and pull Angus off into a separate voice chat.
What?
Ooh, exciting!
Because you've just made a deal with the devil, so we're going to go talk it out.
Oh, not another one.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna leave you, Yana, and
But we can't
Tom.
leave the
To...
stream. There's people watching.
We need
Yeah,
to.
dude.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to the people watching now.
Yeah,
so-
what we could do is I think the way to do it would be for you to deafen Yana and I in Discord, so viewers can still hear what you say, but we can't.
Well, here's the thing: the listeners are listening through your camera.
I mean,
We just roleplay this, and people just don't use that information within in game.
oh, we should have thought about this.
My thinking was we could keep it a little secret from the viewers, and you two could just talk in character for a couple of minutes while Angus and I go off.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Angus, will you join me in the interview channel, please?
Sure. Where the hell's that?
If you scroll up, it's under interviews.
Interviews. Here we go. Confirm.
Ah, my head is. Oh, there we go. Bloody hell! What was that
Turns
thing?
out that-
What on earth was that?
Oh! I don't know, but it almost killed me.
You look like you.
I'm happy about that.
You look like you was checking against some mental database for a moment there. You look like you didn't know what it was, and then you thought back to some sort of background in natural sciences, and suddenly remembered what it was, and then went all David Attenborough on me.
Wow, you're very, very good with your observation.
I'm
wow.
very perceptive. I know.
Really learned to read my face, haven't you?
Yeah.
I thought that
Even
was,
though
you
it's
know,
a cat face.
mysterious and everything. Gosh,
Yeah.
need to up my poker face game.
Yeah. I bet you're rubbish
Oh.
at poker, ain't you?
That's true. I've never played poker.
So, can you even
I
remember
don't
what
know
it
what
was?
poker is because poker doesn't exist in this universe, probably.
I could invent it.
Go. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that's right. I can invent poker because nobody plays it here, do they? I bet you don't even know what it is, do you?
No, but I feel like we can make a lot of money from it.
Yeah, it does sound like that sort of word, doesn't it? Poker. It sort of sounds like that sort of word that will make you loads of money.
It's got a ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
a lucrative ring, I think.
yeah.
Tell you what, that big
Right.
black Uzi thing, I bet that had some cracking earwax.
Did you see any ears on it?
No, but it was all earwax, wasn't it? It was one big blob of earwax. I could have made some brilliant candles out of that.
Right, and probably it would have disintegrated your hands, no?
Oh yeah, I suppose it might have done, like it was doing to that cage.
Slightly inconvenient there.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, where do we go now?
I don't know. Where's the horny Blavian guy? Just like, where is he?
I slunk off for a nap somewhere, or to find some more children to hang out with, or something.
I
Or he's
didn't tell you this earlier because I didn't, I didn't think that Stimple Wimple Twiddle Twat was actually the real guy. I don't know what he's up to, but he is not who he says he is, obviously.
I didn't tell you this, and I don't expect you to know because you can't. I can't expect you to have as in-depth knowledge of Arcana as me, because few people do. But actually, he said it was a force cage, and actually it wasn't because I did a cheeky little heat metal spell on it, and he burnt his hands on it, didn't he?
Yeah, I noticed that. I
Like a
was
mug.
there. Paid attention. I saw what you did there. It was really clever.
Yeah,
Good
I know.
job.
Yeah, it was clever,
Also,
wasn't it?
great stuff.
Yeah. So he was lying. It wasn't a force cage. It was a regular cage, wasn't it?
It really wasn't. Also, he didn't go to Ashby's place. He went totally the other way. He's a little liar.
Did he? I
I
didn't
don't
know
know what
that.
he's up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. I forgot to tell you that. I mean, not that I forgot. We just got attacked by this uh fucking blob of disintegrating
Fossil fuels.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man.
I'm very impressed. I'm impressed at your orienteering. Right, so
Yeah.
yeah, so he's a fake, isn't he? So right, why would he try and trick us? Do you reckon? He didn't seem like he was. He didn't seem like there was anything that we should have been worried about when we met him the last time, apart from his stupid name and his silly face.
Well, I've got a feeling that this is just someone pretending to be him, but I don't know what who that is then.
Did you notice at the Cabsy Manor? Did you see that bald head in the crowd? I could have sworn as soon when we got to the courtyard bit, I could have saw that I saw like a domed head, like old Ashpit, old no eyebrows. I could have sworn I saw his head in a crowd of all the black and white people, the grey
Was he
ones.
also was he also grey, black and
I don't
white?
know, I can't remember. But when I looked closer, it'd gone. But I could have sworn he was there. I could have sworn it.
Interesting. What if what if we were fighting on the wrong side the whole time, huh?
Oh, that's deep, isn't it?
How fucked up would that be?
So I've just sold
What
all my
if
candles to the
what
enemy.
yeah, what if Ashby was trying to fuck us over the whole time?
Never trust anyone without any eyebrows. That's rule number
Right.
one, that is. They teach us that in Bard
I
school, they
was,
do.
I was trying to be careful with him, but it didn't. Quite confusing stuff
Well, he
going
hasn't got us
on.
yet, has he? He might have got that horny idiot, but he hasn't got us, has he? Not you and me, Kit Kat. We're made of sterner stuff, haven't we?
We've
Stick with me,
been through some shit.
stick with me, love. You'll be all right. We'll get through this.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm back.
Hello. Shax and Cupboard have been
No.
enjoying some delightful interaction on the roof.
Fantastic. All right, Blavian, you have made your way out of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do next?
Well, I could try and find those idiots that abandoned me in a cesspit.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to have to do next. I'm going to take out my map and have a look.
All right. Go to make an intelligence check with advantage because of your magic map.
Ooh.
I left you to rest. We
To
didn't
rot! It's a similar kind of word, but it's not the same meaning.
No, but think about it. Come on, we were sure that Stimple Wimple Twiddle Twat was not actually the real guy, or at least he was, up to something really dodgy. It was clever to leave one of us
Intelligence
somewhere
15.
else.
Intelligence 15. All right. You are able to, with the aid of this map, topographically figure out where you need to be going.
And I will go there at best possible speed.
Best possible speed. Well, you're a rogue, so that speed is pretty fast.
Oh. And there's nobody getting in my way, which is even better. So,
That's true.
great. Let's go.
All right. Covered in Shax. In the meantime, what are y'all gonna do?
Well, Cupboard
Just
is basking in the cleverness of his miraculous escape and reflecting that there is, under no circumstances does it appear that he's been completely guided by some sort of omniscient overseer. We are on another roof 100 yards or so away, having a natter.
Great. While you have your netter, Blavian, you kind of make your way to kind of the between point where you figure, because you remember hearing Cupboard call when you woke up in that alley, and you remember that they were going from one section of the city to another. So you kind of start wiggling your way in that direction, and eventually you can hear their voices coming from a few streets over. So you'll make your way.
Okay. When you say voices, is it kind of like they're having a bit of chit chat, or is it kind of sounds of profound terror?
It's a little bit of chit chat. They don't seem to be in terror at the moment.
Nah, of course not.
Okay. In that case, I will skip in the general direction.
We're having relaxed conversation, aren't we? Relaxed and confident conversation.
Okay.
All right. You skip over. You can hear these voices coming from atop a roof nearby.
I can hear I can hear someone coming. Shush! Oi, Kit Kat! Shush! Shush! Stop your nattering. Cupboard creeps to the edge of the roof and peeks down.
Make a stealth check, Cupboard.
Party are now sneaking up on each other.
Shouldn't I be doing the stealthy stuff?
Oh yeah, 17, isn't it?
Right.
You actually beat his passive perception.
Yep. Oh, I rolled it. Never mind.
Yeah, it should be the passive. So you creep over the edge of the roof. You can see a tiefling approaching, looking a little bit better than he was the last time you saw him.
Yipping. Joyfully.
Looking joyfully.
Mm-hmm.
Oi, Horny! Horny! Up here!
Fuck!
Up here! What are you doing, you dopey bastard?
I've missed you too, Cupboard!
Where have you been? We were stuck in a cage, weren't we? With a big globby thing. What was horrible, and I had to save us with my teleportation magic. And I tell you what, it's a bloody good job I thought of it when I did. Otherwise, we'd have been up the creek, you know. Where have you been anyway?
Well, I had a lovely day with a demon.
Right. A what? A demon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know, big leathery wings, horns. I'm pretty sure he's a demon.
Oh, good.
That's all right.
Oh, good. I thought
Please
we had
make
a
a
bad
religion
day.
check for me, Blavian.
He's a devil, isn't he?
He's a devil.
Yeah.
There's a very strong difference. All right.
There's a very strong difference, and you never say that to their face. It's like calling a Scotsman English.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. But he's got no idea what I'm talking about, so I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you've been making
So,
friends.
yeah, you know,
Oi, Kit Kat.
well,
look.
you know, there are very few people to have a decent conversation with around here. Everyone else is asleep. Or abandons you in a cesspit.
You ran off, you silly tyke. Oi, Kit Kat, look at it. Look at this wazzock. He's come back. He says he's been cavorting with demons, doesn't he?
Cupboard. I think maybe that's the time to tell you. I left Blavium hidden and unconscious in a dark place.
Not even a good night kiss.
You did what?
Yeah. Well,
She didn't kiss me.
I thought we were going with this, little thing that was trying to impersonate Stimpy Wimpy, whatever his face was.
That's a vicious rumour. I wasn't trying to impersonate Stimpy Wimpy.
Not
Shut up!
you, Mom.
Shut up! You're no help. Carry on, Kit Kat. What do you mean? You left him unconscious in an alley. Why was he unconscious?
I found him that way.
You found him
But I
unconscious in an alley.
But she did leave me a lock of hair
What? Hair?
as a token of her esteem and mad passion for me, obviously.
Did you knock him out?
Right. No.
She
Wait.
knocked something.
Oh, you two bloody nuts, aren't you? Why have I got to save the world all the time carrying you bloody driftwood around? Cupboard will look down to see if whether there's a drain pipe or something that he can shimmy down to the ground level via.
Not on this
catch
building, but on an adjacent building for sure.
Oi, Keratin,
Have you found
can
the
you see
arch?
any stairs down where you are? Is there a lift? Like, is there some stairs or like a drain pipe or something that we can climb down?
Go in the side. There's one in the alleyway.
Right, come on. Don't you bloody knock him out again this time. Cupboard says to Shax.
I'll try.
Have you found the arch baldy yet?
Cupboard goes to the side of the alley where he's been directed to and descends the stairs or the drain pipe, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll follow.
I'm just guessing there's one there.
And I
Follow off the side of the building. Very good.
Cool. Do you want me to take an athletics check or an acrobatics check or a shimmy?
No, going down is easier than getting up.
Ah, cool. Yeah, it's funny that it feels a lot easier than getting up. Right, I get to the bottom and brush off my trousers and say, "Right, what's this about a devil? Where you been? Who you been talking to? You found someone who wasn't black
I
and
didn't
white
say
and
about
all
a devil. I said
slow?
A demon.
No, I met a demon.
Demon. Right.
It was probably your pet demon.
Huh?
Who's pet demon?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, Schnizzle Wuzzle.
He's not our pet.
Schnizzle Wuzzle. That was him.
Turns out he's a fraud. He's a fraud. He is. He said we got stuck in a cage, big cage in it, like a big steel one in it, and we got stuck in it. And he said it was a force cage or something. But I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't because I cast the heat metal. What I do, what's really clever, and made it hot, and I burnt his hands, didn't I? And but he was like, "Oh no, it's magic, innit?" And it wasn't. And then old Furball here saw him go off down an alley, which she knew because she's quite good with maps, that it wasn't the way to Ashby's house. And yeah, whatever. And but he said he's off to Ashby's house. So, but she knew he wasn't. So we don't reckon he's all that, you know.
So, if I can just sum this up, you let the little tyrant get away. You let a kid do a bunk on you.
He's not a kid. He's a
We were in
gnome.
a cage. He teleported out of it, and yes, he's not a kid. Come on.
How did you get in the cage?
He trapped
know,
us
just
there
fell out of
using
somewhere.
underhand subterfuge.
You got trapped
didn't
in a cage by a kid, and then he ran away on you.
Well, yeah, but you've been having tea and biscuits with Satan, haven't you? You bastard.
Definitely better than stuck in a cage with a kid or by a kid.
You
Oh,
spent.
but weren't you unconscious in a dark alley? Come on. Very cocky all over.
I was having this great dream, and then I woke up and I can't remember anything about it.
Loser.
Look, we can argue all day about this. We can sort all this out, and we can thrash out how we wouldn't have got anywhere if it weren't for me. When we've got
We'll
a
be
little
thrashing
bit more
something
time.
out. Don't worry.
But right now we need to sort this out. On your sociable travels, did you happen to find a way? Did you happen to find any clues as to where Ashby is?
I know he's round here somewhere
How do you know that?
because he's giving off one hell of a big vibe, apparently. Unfortunately, I'm not a wizard, so I don't really understand what that means, but I'm sure that one of your more magically inclined individuals might be able to pick up on the vibe.
The vibe. The general vibe.
The vibe.
Is
Which is
that-
actually why I'm looking for you right now, because otherwise I'd have dumped your asses for leaving me in an alleyway.
You shouldn't take a nap on the
Hey,
job
you
then,
got
should
to
you?
have this nice dream. Because of the alleyway.
It was a very nice dream. And that's why I forgive you.
Yeah, all right. You can argue and make up later.
I don't believe you. Anyways.
You begin to hear
Ah,
this weird sucking sound.
It's the oozy thing again. Look,
Okay.
we got a
Crazy
scarper.
thing.
It's a big black mound of goo, and it eats away cages, and it's nasty. We've got a. It was what we escaped from with my cunning, quick thinking, isn't it? So we've got to run.
That reminds
You're
me.
running away from an ooze.
As you take in Shax, you notice that the scale armor that she's wearing that protects her, it looks like parts of the metal have been eaten away by whatever close encounter she had with that nasty monster. Shax, your armor class has been reduced by 1.
Okay.
Oof! Look, it did that, didn't it? Oh, nasty. Good job I thought of using that little glowing thing when I did. That's all I can say.
Where I come from, we use these things for street cleaning.
Aye, fair enough. Games Master, do we know what the this aura stuff that Blavian's talking about? Can Shax and I perceive that?
The aura?
He was talking about
The
Or
vibe.
the vibe.
The
Sorry,
vibe.
yes, the vibe. Can we perceive that, or is he? We can.
I mean, you're not perceiving anything.
No. Okay. Right. Okay.
Maybe not just good enough wizards.
so
We need to do something. This demon. Did he
Right.
sound like he knew what was going on?
He really knew his tea and crumpets.
Did you find anything out from him?
It was great. Jam, a little bit of cream on the crumpet, lightly toasted. Mwah!
Right.
all right.
So you're going to be about as helpful as a chocolate teapot.
Are you supposed to be making hot chocolate? Anyway,
We're
Right.
about to be in bloody
I
hot
think I had one
chocolate
of
if we
those.
hang around here too much longer.
Yeah.
well, I think are we not supposed to be finding this Archmag's house somewhere? He said he
Yeah.
lived somewhere. Let's go there.
So, can I roll anything to try and perceive the vibe?
Make an Arcana check to perceive the vibe.
All right.
Or we'll say, go to roll Charisma, because that's your spellcasting ability.
Okay. Yeah. Come on.
Wow.
Nice. Second natural 20 of the night.
Natural 20. I was going to give you bullshit, because you don't really have those magic tools at your disposal. That is a natural 20. As you kind of close your
I'll
eyes,
unfold my map.
okay, you unfold your map. As you
Point at the map.
as you start figuring out the vibe, Shax, you feel this thread of magic from your otherworldly patron reach out to you and extend you a measure of eldritch power beyond which you would normally be capable of. And you blink, and between the blinking, there is a kind of it's almost like a pair of glasses are put on, and suddenly you can see glows coming from various objects around you, and you are now casting the spell Detect Magic, which I will go ahead and put in the chat. How do I do that? I'm just going to copy paste. And that does nothing. Come on, work with me here. There we go. So as you sense these auras, you looking at yourselves in cupboard, you can pick up a faint trace of conjuration magic or teleportation magic around you, perhaps residual from the bamf to the rooftop that you just did. And you're picking up ambient magic around Blavian's dagger and the short sword from the goddess, your rod of the Pact Keeper, all sort of and the map, all sort of the magic items that you all possess. And you can see as you look around at the people who are in these states of suspended animation, you can see that they are kind of engulfed in auras of abjuration magic, which is protection.
Uh-huh. Keep protect.
What are you got all pensive there, Kit Kat?
I have to say this was a really nice way of giving me the perception of magic, but not seeing where Ashby is. That's pretty good still. Like I appreciate that. That was very clever.
You can see the auras now. I don't know what to tell you.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I can. This is great. It's like I can see all of the magical stuff going on around. Actually, all of these people, they have a spell on them, a protection spell.
Protection. So they're not
Yeah.
being so. Hold on. So that's not aggressive magic. That's actually helping them.
I guess it is.
What's made them all go
Maybe,
all black and white and
maybe,
sludgy, where you can't get things out their pockets properly?
yeah, that makes sense though, doesn't it? You can't rob them, can you? It is protective in a way, if you think about it.
Ah.
So I guess, is it possible that maybe Ashby cast this spell on the whole city to protect people from some great evil?
Yeah, but Ashby's with old Stimplewimple was with Ashby, wasn't he? And Stimplewimple we now know is a conniving, two-faced little sneaky backstabbing bastard, don't we? So
If that, if
No,
that,
no,
if
no,
that
no,
really
no, no,
is
no.
him.
He's in an alley, another alleyway.
Right.
you what? No, he's
Well, I
not.
found him, so I went after the other kid, and then there was all these bright lights, and I get hit by something, and then you dump me in a cesspit.
There were two of Stimplewimple.
Yes.
Well, I guess then that the one that out of the cage is not the real
There's
one.
a good Stimplewimple and a bad Stimplewimple!
Yeah. Where's
Like
the
evil twins! It's
where's the-
true!
Where's the one in the alley? Can you take us to him?
I'm not quite sure. I don't really know the city very well, but I've got a map.
You do remember that it was near the mansion that they brought you to.
Oh yeah, that big building with a broken tower that you seem to want to go to, and swore you saw a bald guy in a crowd.
Maybe
It's
he's
near
still
there because I was sitting there just getting some stones out of my boot, and I spotted him, and so I went and have a closer look, and then I decided I was going to mug the kid, and then it was bright lights.
All right, let's go there. We can if it's the one what was put us in the cage, we can give him what for and ask him some very searching questions, if you know what I mean. And if it's not him, we can be like, look, you got a doppelganger in it, and he's a little bastard. So we can either way, we'll learn something.
Okay,
Never trust a kid. Okay, let's go.
that's a good lesson, I say. All right, you make your way.
Always.
You make your way through the city back in the direction of the Cabsy mansion. I'm not going to have you roll for it. As you move through the town, your feet padding against the cobblestones, there's you hear these weird hissing noises coming from nearby. Something is approaching.
Is it Shax?
Doesn't seem to be Shax. Shax is next to you and not hissing.
Good, just checking.
What's that? Can you hear
I
that?
know when she hisses and the hair goes up in the back of her neck, I've got to be careful.
Games
I'm
Master.
going to hide.
You're going to hide? Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh, shit.
What are you two
My
doing?
worst skill.
I want to roll a perception check and try to hear what's going on and
Good
where
idea.
it's coming from.
7.
Yeah, it seems to be coming from deeper into the center of the city, moving towards the outside. What were you saying, Cupboard?
Does it sound like the lizard people?
It kind of does. It kind of sounds like the lizard people.
I think that's the lizard people.
You see Blavian hide behind a street post
Yes.
that doesn't conceal him at all.
Yes.
Hey, don't look at me! It doesn't work if you're looking at me!
Yes, silly sod.
As you do, you hear this hissing get louder as the lizard folk from earlier spill out into the street, scrambling towards the outer edge of the city.
Oi, you lot! Oi! Scalies!
I mean, they're running right now. You can make a persuasion check to try and convince them to stop.
Oh, they're running
I'm more
away.
concerned about what they're running from.
Yeah.
What are you running from? I'll do the persuasion thing. Oh, yes.
29.
Ooh.
What we need to do is hang around here for a few minutes. We'll find out what they're running from.
One of them, the leader that you spoke to back in that situation, turns towards you and hisses, "The spirit, the protective spirit, is too much for us. We got to leave."
All right. Okay. Is that protective spirit by any chance something with big leathery wings and horns? Cupboard calls across the street.
Great wings and great horns, black scales, a creature from far away that wants it for themselves.
Right. Sounds like your mate, Blady.
I say live and let live.
Sounds like your old pal. All right. Well, I hope you had a nice time eating all the rich people. I hope it was tasty for you.
These weird flaps on the back of its spine kind of elongate, and it looks back at the direction it came from, hisses, and then keeps going.
Good. All right. Cupboard turns around to his comrades and says, "Hey, you go. Nothing to be scared of. It's just the people eating lizards. That's all. Sounds like they've met your mate, Orny."
Who knows? I'm sure there are plenty of people with large horns and
Big
wings.
fleshy wings. Yeah, probably.
They also mentioned
Gotta get me a set of
black
those.
scales. They also mentioned black scales, which doesn't sound like your friend.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Hang on,
Protect.
black scales.
There is.
This is. Could that be a dragon they've just described?
Whoa.
Black scales, big wings. I mean, that could be a demon. That could be a dragon. That could be anything.
I would love to ride a dragon.
Look, what you get up to in your own time is none of our business.
Is
The reason I speak draconic.
Moving right along. You make your way to the Cabsey mansion. It is still as deathly silent as before. Blavian, after a bit of poking around, you find the alleyway that you were looking in before, and you can see the frozen grayscale form of Stimpy Wimple Twiddletwigs standing in the alley.
I'll march forwards and grab him up by the scruff of his collar.
Okay, he's frozen, so he's
That's okay. I've
but
got
you
the
pick
kid. He's
him
not
up
going anywhere.
like a statue, and you grab him and you lift him up.
Like a hoist when we're dancing.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, a lift. Yeah. No one puts Dimple Wimple in the corner.
Cupboard reaches up and smacks Stimple on the legs.
Okay.
Oi, wake up!
Kind of hurts your hand a little bit.
Ow, I hurt my hand a little bit.
Oh, if Dimple Wimple is in Land of the Stone People right now, that means he's been in the Land of the Stone People since the spire went out, which means that you never, ever, ever met his evil twin.
So who do we meet then?
Well, you met his evil twin. He didn't meet his evil twin.
Who did we
he was
meet then?
The evil twin.
Yeah, but who is he?
I don't know.
The evil twin.
It doesn't have to be a twin.
Everyone's got an evil twin.
No. Maybe you do. Ah, is that who you met? Was he your brother? Did you meet your brother? Is that the dude you hung out with? You went away to have some time
Family
with your pal?
reunion. Yeah.
Might be Dad.
Games Master,
Your
I'm going
dad.
to. Cupboard is going to scan the plaza to see if he can see the egg-domed visage of Ajpi again.
Yeah, you go up to where you were before, your vantage point, and as you survey, you pick out that bald domed head in the middle of the crowd.
There he is! There he is, the
So-
bold bastard! Cupboard scampers as fast as his little goblin legs will carry him through the crowd towards the bald head.
All right, you move through the scattered group of nobility, well dressed from the Cabsey mansion. As you poke your way through these figures, you kind of shove them aside, and you finally make your way to the source of this bald head that you saw before. And standing in front of you, completely grayscale, is the Archmage Ashpi.
Right.
That's putting a kibosh on things.
Fuck. Come on.
Bagger.
What is going on?
Oh, this is bad. I'm already carrying a frozen kid. I can't carry a flipping wizard as well. Goblin Shax actually going to have to carry him.
Cupboard kicks him as hard as he can in the shin.
Okay, you kick him as hard as you can in the shin. It hurts your leg or your foot.
Ow. That hurts
He
my
seems
leg
to be in
or
the
my
same state of suspended animation as everybody else here.
foot. Right, I
Are
feel...
you sure this is your all-powerful wizard?
It bloody looks like him, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, can I still see magic, or did that go away?
You can still see magic, yeah.
So, what am I seeing then?
Well, assuming you follow Cupboard into this massive crowd to see Ajpi,
Yeah.
you see this familiar figure to you, cloaked in this protective abjuration magic. You can see the staff that he is holding in his hand is a very powerful magical artifact.
Yeah.
Like it's radiating this energy. But you don't see any particularly special magic coming from him.
The lizard bloke said they was running from the Protector, but he doesn't look very scary. He looks pretty. He doesn't look very threatening at all at the moment, does he?
He looks very small at the moment. Yeah,
Ajpi looks small.
kind of. He's diminished.
Hold on. What was the? Oh.
Interesting. Interesting. Cupboard tries to pry the staff out of his hand.
Yeah, go to make a
No,
sleight of
that's
hand
not
check.
going to work.
Games Master
What's the
said I
creature
could do
that
a said I could do a check, didn't he? Oh yeah, 24. All right.
That is a natural 20. What are all these natural 20s this session? This is ridiculous.
It's roll 20. It seems to be kinked towards giving us natural 20. Not that I'm complaining.
We hacked
Yeah.
D&D Beyond.
You managed to worm the staff out of the hands of Ajpi. It's a bit large for you, but you have it now.
Ah. He doesn't look like he's needing this for the moment, at least. I might as well. We might as well look after it, save it from coming to harm, I suppose. Can I rack my?
It's very you. Every adventure should have a 10-foot pole, and that's kind of in proportion for you.
You shut up. I'll clock you over the head with this if you're going to be so rude. Can I rack my goblin-y brains to work to try and remember any try and figure out whether I know how to use this staff or cast a spell with it or anything like that.
Go to make an Arcana check. 14. You remember Ajpi referred to this as a staff of power when you were speaking to him before. You're not sure. You imagine it works the same way as any other magic item. You can take a short rest to attune to it. But you also imagine that this is an item that would probably only work for somebody of the arcane persuasion. So not you, and not Bladian.
Right. Okay.
That could be your demoniness then.
Okay. Cupboard will look, narrow his eyes at Shax and wave the staff around a bit. I'm going, "What, Furball? You know you was like sensing all the stuff around people. Does it move around when I move the staff around? Does it like follow it around and stuff?"
Yeah.
He moves the staff around, and it continues glowing.
It emanates this kind of glow, this radiance, this.
Yeah, I know. I've got
interesting
eyes,
glow
haven't I?
around it.
I can bloody see it, can't I? Ah. Oh, anyway, I can't.
Why are you asking me then?
I'm confused too. Why are you asking if you can see it?
Because
Blavian, behind you, you hear a familiar voice say, "Ah, shit." And turning around, you can see Stimpy, the one that you were following earlier, standing in the street behind you. And as Stimpy sees you looking at him, he's like, "Oh, hey, you got out. That's great. Well done."
there he
Glad
is,
to see you.
the bastard. Right.
Fucking get him.
Oi, Furball, take this. Blast him. Blast him. Cupboard thrusts the magic staff.
Cupboard, chill out. Chill out.
And Shax,
Pretend
Shax, as
not
you-
to know what's going on.
Shax, as you turn to see this figure that you were following earlier, you can see that they are surrounded by an aura of illusion magic.
Naturally. Okay, cool.
You also have a rad staff.
You do. You're holding it.
No, I've given it to you. I'm holding out to you. Oi, Furball, take this. You're the wizardy one, aren't you?
All right. Thanks.
But look after it because it's
It's
still
too much
mine.
one for the goblin to handle.
Shut up! I'm just lending it to her because I momentarily feel a little bit tired and don't fancy carrying it. Is all.
Can I actually use it? Because the way my magic works is quite a bit different, isn't it?
You probably could if you attuned to it. What kind of are you looking to use it for in the moment?
Well, I would like to take down his illusion spell or whatever. I don't know how that can happen.
What you
Alright,
do
as
is
you
you
take
hold
a-
it close to one end, and then you batter him over the head with the other end.
As you take up this this implement of magical power in your hand, go ahead and make a charisma, a spell casting check.
Cool.
14. All right. There's a flash of magic from the staff, and you channel some residual magical energy from it. Perhaps the last spell that was being cast. And as you do, the illusion around the form of Stimpy shimmers and disappears. And as you all behold the form of the individual before you, you recognize them. And you do. And as you come to this recognition, we, the audience, flash back to events that had happened weeks and months ago. We see Ajpi sitting in his study in his tower, cross-legged, lounging lazily across a chair in his stockinged feet. He holds his staff of power in hand and extends it towards a bunch of grapes, causing them to float above his head as he leans forward and plucks individual grapes from them with his mouth. Mrs. Tin suddenly rushes into the room, smacks the grapes away from him, and says, "Up, lazy bones! Stimpy just messaged and we're gonna have visitors." And Ajpi says, "So what? We're not here now, right? But we have to prepare," she says. "Clean off your robes, comb your hair." Well, you're bald. Just get ready. We flash forward a day to when Ajpi was speaking to you about the important matters pertaining to the fate of the multiverse. We see Mrs. Tin crouched beside the door, listening to every word, then holding a wire to her lips and whispering faintly. A moment later, Ajpi echoes the words that she spoke to him in his practiced scholar's tone. We flash forward to the day of the Flaxen Strand Festival, when you all approached a guard at the entrance. We see Mrs. Tin scurrying through the crowd behind you, keeping an eye on you. She ducks into an alley and shimmers, taking the illusory form of a young boy, then rushes out and past you, whispering it into the festival guard's ear. They've got loads of money. Overcharge them for entrance and we'll split the difference. And then she races away, cackling. We flash even further toward the heist at the Capsey mansion when Barcias is making his final stand against Ruin, while Shax and Cupboard look on in horror. Mrs. Tin grimaces, reaches a hand into the Capsey's chest of drawers and withdraws the heirloom. She screeches and flings it at Cupboard, then sweeps her hand. Shax and Barcias are pulled toward the heirloom, Barcias resisting as the gemstone snaps into place and teleports Cupboard and Shax away. Mrs. Tin curses and reaches for Barcias, but is too slow as Ruin's essence dissolves him from within, causing him to crumple into dust. Ruin's red eyes focus on the small goblin made before him and narrow. Lord Capsey, tied up on the bed, mumbles, "What in the hells?" Without looking at him, Mrs. Tin waves a hand, and he sags into sleep. "All right," Mrs. Tin rasps to Ruin. Her expression is more grim than we've ever seen before. "Let's do this, bitch." And we flash forward to a short time ago, as Cupboard, Shax, and Blavian picked their way through the frozen landscape of Garridan. Mrs. Tin is crouched in shadow, digging through a man's pockets, then suddenly looks up as she sees Blavian approach. "Fucking shit," she mutters under her breath, and bolts. As she turns a corner, she waves a hand in front of her face, and we see her features shimmer and vanish, replaced by those of Stimple Wimple Twiddletwigs. And now, as her illusory disguise fades away before you, you realize that you've been lied to all along. And as Stimpy's form is replaced by that of a scowling female goblin, Mrs. Tin says, "What the heck?" And I think that's where we're going to call it for today.
What? I
Wow.
mean, we did have a discussion exactly about when you guys went. We were talking about, the potential of Ashby totally lying to us the whole time, but oh my god, this was way better than I imagined.
I'm confused. Not knowing Mrs. Tin in this particular life.
Yeah.
I'm going, what was all that about?
I also have to say, I know WandaVision did something like this, but I came up with this first. This was not inspired by WandaVision. Mrs. Tin all along was Mrs. Tin all along. I'm just, screw you, Marvel.
Marvel's not my idea.
Making me look like a copycat.
You should sue them.
Get your own ideas, Marvel.
Ah, I know. They stole it from me.
Oh my god, that
was brilliant. That was good fun.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Really good.
I don't know what Cupboard's going to do. He and Mrs. Tin, he thought he and Mrs. Tin had a connection.
You can try to seduce her now.
I could do, yeah. He could use his wiles to try and seduce her, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that shirt off and sing for all your worth.
All right, Trico.
Oh dear.
Nice.
Well, thank you for being with us, viewers. We're glad you could be here with us for a couple of hours of D&D, and we'll see you next week, same time, same place.
Tune in
Oh,
next
no.
week.
We seem to have lost them.
Have we?
Yeah, we're down to 3, and I'm one of them, and Jan is the other one. So we've got one viewer.
See you next week,
viewer.
One person stuck it through.
Yes.
8 p.m. British time next week, unless of course British summertime ends between now and next week, in which case it will be 7 p.m.
Either way, it'll be 1900 hours Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
All
Thanks
right.
very much, Ben.
That didn't confuse me at all.
Thank
you.
And we'll
Are
see
we
you
off the
all
stream?
next week.
Right.
Hey.
Hey. Are you going to kill the stream? Hey, that looks like this.
Momentarily.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.